the Louisville Volunteer Fire Department. I'd like to introduce board members. My name is Larry Legault, I'm the town supervisor. To my left and your right is Roy Visa, council member. To my right and your left is Dan O'Keefe, council member. Pat Carroll, council member. Joanne Cameron, town clerk. We also have our town attorney here, Eric Gustafson. Gail Schneider, councilwoman, could not be here tonight. She has to be at the awards banquet and the scene of her granddaughter is receiving an award, so we call that so important for her to send that. I'd like to introduce a couple of people from the St. Lawrence County Director of Emergency Services. We have the director himself, Joe Gilbert. We have Rick Fowler, who is the deputy coordinator for Region District 4. I'd like to introduce the chiefs of the fire department. I believe we have John Chief here. He is the chief. Merlin Rogers, the second chief. And Jeff White is the second chief. The first chief and second chief. Is there any trustees here? I don't think anyone there over here. Trustee. Oh, Bruce Bigness, a trustee. And Matt, of course, is a trustee, and I believe Kenny is not here. Okay. I'd like to also welcome the members and past members of the Louisville Volunteer Fire Department. I'd like to also welcome the members and past members of the Ladies Auxiliary, and I'd like to also welcome the members and past members of the Louisville First Responders that are here tonight. I'm going to give you a quick little history of the fire department. They were established in 1997, or 1957. They became active in 1958. We do a yearly contract with the fire department. It's we have a public hearing in November. The contract is voted on, and it's the contract for the coming year. So we do a one-year contract with the fire department every year, and we do that in the form of a public hearing. And our attorney, Eric Gustafson, can answer any questions pertaining to that. This meeting is to hear from the public and listen to the opinions and suggestions on how the town of Louisville, the Louisville Volunteer Fire Department, and the residents of the town of Louisville can work together in getting our local volunteer fire department back on track. I would like everyone to keep an open mind, and at the end of this meeting, how can all of us work together so that the issues concerning the volunteer fire department can be put behind us, and we can all move forward in a positive way for the best interest of our community. If you didn't receive the agenda, there is one on the back table, and we would also like everyone if you could sign in. After my opening comments, Councilmember Dan O'Keefe, he is the liaison between the town board and the Louisville Fire Department. He gets appointed every year for that position at our organizational meeting, and he's going to make a couple of comments concerning what the meeting is for and what the meeting is about. Dan?
Thank you for everyone for coming. It's a good turnout. This proactive meeting is the culmination of our efforts to get the fire department to address some issues that were brought to the town board. It was brought to us by fire department members and by members of the community. Some of those issues were membership. We have a dwindling membership. We have no more first responders. We have no more ladies auxiliary. No one in this room wants to close the fire department. Not a single person in here wants to see that happen. But at the same time, the town board can't ignore the issues that were brought to us. Closing the fire department would mean longer wait times for fire service to come from another community. It's unacceptable. Why is it acceptable when you're having a heart attack to wait longer for EMTs from Messina instead of having EMTs that we used to have right here in Louisville? There used to be quite a few of them. fire department did a lot of work on their own recently. They did a lot of legwork. They started a committee. They identified some issues, and they also came up with some suggestions. So I think now that we're all here, this is a good time to start that discussion.
Okay. Next, any legal comments from our town attorney, Eric?
Thanks, Larry. Good evening, everyone. I wanted to say briefly that the meeting here tonight, we don't anticipate that the town board is going to take any specific action at the close of the meeting. This was designed to be informational and for the town board to take some input. That being said, of course, the town has certain obligations when it comes to fire protection for the residents of the town, and the town board takes that seriously. So they'll be attentive tonight, and we're looking forward for the comments that are presented. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Chief John Sheets, I have on the agenda to, if you wanted to list the current roster, active members, the number of years in the department, and their current certification. Is that anything the fire department would like to do?
Can you repeat that? I was into the follow-up.
On the agenda, I have it down as the fire department to list the current roster of active members, number of years in the department, the current certification of each member. Will the fire department like to have this opportunity to do that?
We have 31 guys in the department. Some are active, some show up when they want to. Everybody is certified that needs to be certified, except 3. One is on schedule to pick class to be certified. One just don't care if he ever gets certified, and we're dealing with them. And the other one, we're trying to get him into class.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have a fact-finding committee report. This is done by Peter Whalen, Danny LaFave, and Billy Dublin. I'm going to turn it over to them to read their report and how they were selected to be on this committee. Peter, I believe you're going to read the spokesman.
First off, I'm not going to read the committee's letter. I will bring the facts of what we learned. We were asked by the town and the fire department to go on a fact-finding mission for incidents that were apparently happening in the fire department. That was on Monday, March 11th and the 13th. We met, decided how we were going to have a path forward and find out what's going on. We developed 3 questions. Set up interviews and asked the questions. One of the questions was, where do you think the fire department is going? Where do you see it going? Are the bylaws being followed? And what can we do? What can be done to get the department back on track? We interviewed a number of 27 people. Everybody answered the questions. Most spoke very freely about concerns within the fire department. We had put it together. We really didn't develop a letter. The interviewees did through their information. I put it to pen. There was recommendations that come out after that. Some of the feelings from people that were interviewed were exempt members, regular members, officers. Fire department's on its way down. Good things weren't happening. Just a couple of people trying to run the department. The officers weren't allowed to basically run the department. Now this is from 27 different people, again, regular members, exempts, and some discount people. At the end of it, we came up, I think, with 12 or 14 recommendations through all of the interviews. And there was quite a range of the read the newspaper they were in. Everybody was meant to be confidential, no information, no names were allowed to be interviewed. And again, it was 27 total. I don't really have to go any farther than that. There was a lot of displeasure in the department. There was a lot of hostility, a lot of people were afraid to speak up. There was threats made. Actually, the March meeting we were at, there was a threat made by one member against another. it was just blown off my truck. So, I haven't been active in the department. I got out exempt, 2008 or whatever. Hadn't made a meeting. It only took 1 or 2 meetings to get more involved and listen to what the complaints were. There's a lot of good in that fire department. A lot of it. It's been one of the best fire departments in 6 months county. But it does need some help now.
Okay, thank you. Next, not on the agenda, but the defense group trying to kind of mediate the situation. And I believe Donald Foster would like to read a statement of comments concerning those meetings. Donald?
Yeah, thank you. I'm the point of view, a Louisville citizen who got very disturbed and found out there was a discrepancy or some type of fight between the town and the fire department. And, you know, maybe since I'm independent and I don't have a job in the fight, maybe I can help out. I've also had a lot of background and experience in negotiations, both national and international, and I thought maybe I could be of some help trying to mediate a solution there. What we have done is able to get the two sides together on various occasions. On 5 occasions, on May 15th, 16th, the 30th, and June 3rd, and June 4th, we were able to get one side together with us to talk about a possible solution. How can we look forward, not backwards, on what has happened in the past, but look forward to say, how can we make this work? I think as Larry said earlier, we all want a Louisville Fire Department. We want it to be here, we want it to be local, we want the responders to be here more quickly, and we don't want an increase in our insurance rates. So what we did is we had these meetings, discussed what we could agree on the first steps to take. We just had a 6th meeting out in the town offices at 5 o'clock this evening to come to an agreement here about what we can do to start this process off. What tiny steps we can take in the right direction in the future so that we can get, some agreement and get an accord, because none of us want to see this happen. None of us want there to be this discrepancy between the town and the fire department. And what we have come up with, and what the group came up with, the group, is that for the time being, for a 3-month period, the Louisville Town Board will not accept any personnel complaints concerning the Louisville Volunteer Fire Department. For a period of 3 months, June to September, all Louisville Fire Department personnel complaints will be referred to the fire chief or the first assistant fire chief. So the internal personnel problems within the fire department will be handled internally within the fire department. And there was some discrepancies about the usage of gasoline. So what we've tried to come up with is that the town, the firemen can come up with an accounting system for gasoline, so that we can know, both sides will know exactly how much gasoline is being used and what they're being charged for. On the part of the fire department, they recognize that they are a volunteer organization and not all members are available to attend meetings due to work, family, and other obligations. In an effort to reach out to all active members, issues involving policy changes will be put in writing and mailed to members unable to attend the meeting in such issues. Mailing ballots will be sent out so that if the person cannot be there, they have a chance to fill out the mailing ballot and send that in. So we'll get more involvement from the fire members themselves. And they also will invite members to become involved in updating and making improvements By combining the March 1979 and the May 2007 bylaws, also referred to as standard operating procedures, so that there is one cohesive document. Once updated, all members will receive a copy of the updated bylaws and validate their understanding of the bylaws with their signature. We're also proposing that there be a quiz given at the end of this, and so people are tested to see if they know the basic concepts of the bylaws. Now, these were agreed to and signed into an intent by both the fire department and the towns. We feel that at least we can start to make some small steps forward, put this back together. But we do not, I don't think any of us here want to see this ascension that has been going on. So we have also agreed to continue our volunteerism throughout the process as they don't want us to, because we feel it's very important that this accord happen between the town and the fire department. And anyone else who wants to help out and volunteer, we'd be glad to answer that as well. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Colin.